Welcome to another episode of Coffee Break with Your Neighbors. I'm so excited to have our board vice president here with us today, Jared Lamb. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do for a living.
Yeah, so my kind of claim to fame is my family. So I have redheaded people in my family. There are 6 of us, and I'm the only one that doesn't have the bright red hair, which usually means we can't go to Walmart or Sam's without people stopping us 2, 3, 4 times. Including this weekend when that did happen. What I do professionally is I sell cybersecurity, so all the tech stuff that nobody really likes to talk about, that's what I do for a living. So that's kind of where my professional and my personal kind of come together, and so it's good to be able to work from home because I have all the kids in the family.
Yeah,
so that's all.
Absolutely. He is I was gonna say, those redheaded children are just precious. They are gorgeous. I love your entire family, your beautiful wife. Like, they are just so much fun to be around. They were at our bike ride last year, so I can't wait to have them there again this year. So what is your position on the board, and how did you get started on our board of directors?
Yeah, so I am the VP of the board, and kind of how I got started was through Leadership Broken Arrow. So Leadership Broken Arrow, if you're not familiar with it, just kind of allows, there's an entire day that just focuses on nonprofits, and that day kind of changed my trajectory because I actually showed up late here, and the old ED found me like wandering the halls, brought me in, set me right up front, so I was like super attentive to this presentation, and then it hit home for me literally at that point in time. Not knowing the need that Broken Arrow had or the existence of band and what we do for our community was kind of eye-opening for me, and that was kind of the aha moment, I guess, of wanting to get more involved. And then I joined the month before you came on board, so it's been an exciting time for us. So about 2 years now. It's just over 2 years.
Mm-hmm. And so we've talked actually to a lot of people who are part of Leadership Broken Arrow. I love that. Yes. We talked about it probably almost every other episode.
It's a great program.
That it's been a part of. I've been a part of it. Jared was on the leadership team. Like, it's just an incredible thing. If you want to get plugged into your community more and know more about all the nonprofits here, all the businesses, everything, manufacturing,
how the city works,
it's true, in the history about it. So I love everything. We cannot plug in Leadership Broken Arrow enough. So let's see, the very important question today, and you already have it, but how do you take your coffee?
Oh yeah, black. I'm not really, when it comes to coffee, like I accidentally got a latte this time in the little pack, which is fine with me, but normally just straight black is, and I love Central American blends.
There you go, which
favorite.
Is exactly what's in mine today, is straight black, and it's the only way to do it, so I totally agree with that.
Absolutely.
Okay, how did you get started? We talked about that a little bit, how to get started on the board at BAN. We talked about Leadership Broken Arrow. What are you excited about for the future of Broken Arrow Neighbors?
So the big initiative that came out of LBA, another shameless plug, was this Jumpstart initiative, which is always, I have been in staffing before, and I've seen where you have generational issues where the parents teach the children, and that seems to have bled over into Broken Arrow. And the fact that this Jumpstart program can maybe get in the middle of that and help people get to the point of getting that first job or getting that better employment through our relationships with other nonprofits in the chamber. So I think the Jumpstart is going to be the biggest thing that Broken Arrow has seen in a little while, especially from our point of view, from Broken Arrow Neighbors. So that's truly an exciting endeavor.
I'm super excited. We're gonna actually share a little bit more in a couple weeks about that as we kick it off this summer. But Leadership Broken Arrow, that was my passion project through my class last year. But it is literally taking Broken Arrow Neighbors to the next level. And we've always talked about dignity, we talk about compassion, and that's truly the empowerment for the future is our Jumpstart program. So I'm really excited of hoping to end not only generational dependence on Broken Arrow Neighbors, but generational poverty as a complete cycle that we keep seeing over and over and over again. So I'm excited that you talked about Jumpstart, because that is my passion project right now. What is your favorite hobby or activity?
So it's kind of twofold. Anything outdoors, really. Love being outdoors. It's one of those things that if I'm cooped up inside too long, I have to go out and do. So I camp a lot. I love camping, love hiking. I'm a big cyclist. Most of you know I've had that gnarly little knee injury in the last 4 months that I'm finally getting out of and starting to train again. So that's one of my big things, is just getting out there and being outside and cycling. Love cycling. Love even going around the neighborhood. My neighborhood probably thinks I'm weird because I'll have a music box and all my kids, redheaded, throughout the neighborhood riding around. So it's always an event in our world.
I absolutely love that. So the next question, what books are you currently reading in your personal life right now?
Personally, because I've really gotten into reading in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Mushrooms right now. So I am learning about how to make mushrooms, which is a lot more, because we have a garden, and so we really like mushrooms. We saw a little mushroom pop up. So I've been really diving into that and learning how to make, because apparently you can actually have like oysters and shiitakes like on your counter. So interested in that.
That's
so
fun.
Kind of reading more about what is able to be grown in Oklahoma, along with what is possible.
You're gonna have to talk to Joe about that, my husband. So he's very into growing edible, very health-oriented mushrooms and like all the health benefits that goes into them.
Yes.
And he has this one right now that we actually had when we were in Rome, and it was an orange mushroom.
Yeah.
And it was the most heavenly mushroom we've ever had, and so he's totally into mushrooms as well.
We went foraging for morels, or however you say it, and we ended up with like 12 of them, and it was fantastic.
Those you should sell those because they're pretty
them.
they're pretty pricey right now.
Aren't they?
So.
Good night,
What do you think the community should know about Broken Arrow neighbors that they may not know about?
If you haven't engaged with us in some form or capacity in the last 2 to 3 years, I know we've joked about the word pivoting several times in our life, especially during the COVID outbreaks. So if you haven't seen us since then, it's a good time to get reintroduced. Whatever that's on a volunteer basis or on a needs basis, there's a lot of things that have changed. And I think that is another way to get involved with us, and then even see some of the new events that we're doing, because some of the events have changed with COVID, and specifically speaking, the one that's coming up with Tour the Neighbors. If you haven't been involved in that or have seen that in a while, we did it last year for the first year. This year's a good year to jump in and start seeing what we're doing here.
So that's a perfect opportunity for us to talk about Tour to Neighbors. It is upcoming Saturday, June 4th at Knee Park. It starts at 8:30 in the morning, both rides. So our family-friendly ride is a 1 mile bike ride around Knee Park, which is super fun. Families, kiddos, everything follows the BA Fire Department around the park.
Yeah.
Super fun.
It's not like the adults don't like that too. Come on, like they do the lights and everything. Everybody, like, I don't let anybody fool you that they didn't have a good time riding around behind a fire truck.
Super fun. So that's happening again this year. And then for our more avid cyclists, or more professionals, we like to say, we have our 15, 30, and 40 mile routes that head out of the park. The BA Police Department will actually be leading out that ride this year.
That's fantastic.
So we're going to have the families go left, the professional cyclists go right. It all starts at 8:30 in the morning. Cannot wait to have you guys out there with us. What do you want people to know about Tour?
So the fun thing about Tour is, if you haven't been, it's a nice ride throughout kind of eastern Broken Arrow out into Wagner County. It's a beautiful ride. We have changed it, so if you experienced it last year, there's a wee bit little course changes, so a little less gravel and a little bit more pavement. And then we've added probably the best thing. If you haven't had a chance to ride up a hill that's around the 56th Street and 305th out in Broken Arrow in Emerald Falls neighborhood, there is a monster hill. This hill is about a quarter of a mile long, and it has a false summit. It just keeps going up. But at the top of it, we're going to have a challenge point for those who dare to put the extra lungs and legs into it to get up the hill. You'll be rewarded with one of these
new challenge
coins, and then with a lot of praise at the very, very top, because we're going to have a lot of noise for those who do come up. And it's earlier on in the ride, so you have time to recover. That was the other big thing, is after that, you also get to come down the hill. So that's the fun part about it. With every reward, or every risk comes a reward.
Absolutely.
So you get to come down as fast as you want. So it was a lot of fun last year when we did it. Looking forward to it.
So we have the first 100 riders get our new challenge coin. So super excited about that. So you want to be the first 100 up that hill. And there's going to be food and everything at the top of the hill, just so you can party a little bit at the top before you head on for the rest of your ride. We've got some really other cool rest stops throughout the ride. I think we're stopping at the feedlot, which is super exciting. little bit closer to the end of the ride.
Yep.
But anyways, we would love to have you there. You can sign up at tourtoneighbors.com. And again, it's family friendly, so you can ride around the park. You don't go out on any main streets, so that is very safe for our families.
And if you're not a rider, stick around, because even after the guys and gals get out on the bigger rides, we're going to have bounce houses. We're going to have a dude named Blue Man Neil who is going to be out doing his thing. Kids love that guy. We're going to have raffles. We're going to have food trucks. Tacos,
anybody?
refreshments of the adult kind as well. So there's going to be things to do while we're waiting for the rest of them to come in. So just like any great race, there's going to be a lot of noise, a lot of excitement around that. Bring donations, because we will have the truck out there to fill. So this is not only an opportunity to come out and enjoy the weather, enjoy a ride, but actually give back into your community. So bring some stuff.
Absolutely.
Bring some of those non-perishable goods that we can
canned foods of any sort. We would love that. But like I said, family friendly, professional cyclists alike. It is just going to be
a good time.
Super fun. And like you said, bounce houses, food trucks, Z104.5. The Edge is going to be out there with us, doing a live remote like they did last year. So we've got cool DJs out there with us as well. So again, tourtoneighbors.com. We would love to have you join us on Saturday, June 4th. Registration opens at 7:30 in the morning, but all the rides start at 8:30. So we will see you there. But anyways, thanks so much.